Hey, Gary. Hide the notch.
Why don't you love me? Please love me.
Yo guys, Jonathan here, and I'm here also. I'm excited. It's hoodie season! And the Pixel 3 is here. And it's not as bad as you think. Thumbs up for Maya. So these are my 24-hour impressions with the Pixel 3, and I'm not gonna lie, when Google dropped that notch bomb on us, I was a little sad, just like you guys. But with that said, I wanted to get the phone in-house, be as level-headed as I possibly could, and see maybe there's a reason why that notch is what it is. Now cool it. Before you freak out, punch a wall, spill your drink, and say, how could you possibly say anything nice about that notch? You're crazy. I'm not saying it looks good. I'm just trying to figure out why it's there and why it's that deep. So if we take a super fancy close-up look at those notches, at the very least, I would say the Pixel 3 notch looks happier than the iPhone XS notch, so that's a thing. But what's interesting is if we go CSI Enhance mode, we get a detailed look at those cameras. And what stands out to me is one, that wide angle lens here is actually spherical like a real lens, which is cool, but that main lens looks to be bigger than that of the iPhone XS. So naturally that kind of got me thinking, if the sensor's bigger, that would lead to better low light performance. So is that worth the trade-off? Would you rock a deeper notch for better camera performance? So last night shooting some video for the Pixel 3 video, my guy Carlos stopped me to say, hey, Austin's channel's better than yours. Still though, he was cool enough to take a selfie with me, and I gotta say, this shot here, especially in low light, is crazy impressive. The dynamic range is super impressive, and that wide angle lens is really helpful getting us both in the shot. Now as far as the environment goes, there's a ton of like street lamps and kind of those kind of lights. There was a little bit of softbox bleed coming over from how we shoot the video, but overall still, this picture kind of blew me away. From there, jumping back to Notch City, population like 8 million smartphones this year. With the Google Pixel 3, yes, you can hide it, and it's a little bit weird because it's not something that you can just easily find. You actually have to go into the settings, and what's funny is, if you search notch, Google knows what you're talking about, and it's actually called the cutout to them. So when you search for notch, it'll get you to that cutout setting where you can then disable it. Now I'm not gonna lie, after using the phone with that notch in your face, it's not as bad as everyone makes it out to be. You do kind of get used to it the same as you would with the iPhone XS. It's just a little bit weird how Google makes use of their space when it is hidden. Specifically, I wish Google would do something like LG with their second screen, so where if you had that notch blacked out, you could at least have the time or the information or apps or things like that in the top corners, but for now, it kind of just bumps it down, which is really useless. Now, I'm not saying it's a reason not to buy this phone, it just kind of feels like that notch and how Google implements it, whether it's hidden or not hidden, really just isn't for prime time yet and definitely needs to be perfected. If they can do that though and kind of listen to everyone voicing their opinion, I think the Pixel 3 could be a really great option because there is a lot to like. The second reason why that notch is so big is actually because there is a dedicated speaker right smack on the top of the phone, not like the earpiece that's on the iPhone XS. It is a real speaker, and let me tell you, it makes a difference. Now, while these speakers do sound really good, I don't think they're quite up to par with the new Razer Phone 2, which is incredible. If you guys missed that video, check it out here or down below. Personally, while I think music does sound great on stereo speakers on a smartphone, I'm going to enjoy that more with headphones. Where I think the actual real advantages though, is when you're watching content, specifically this awesome Vsauce 3 video, which is amazing. So after you're done watching this, or hell, just stop watching this video right now because Jake's video is better. Go check it out. It's ridiculous. A lot of love to Jake, but for real though, the speakers on the Pixel 3 are really good. So that kind of adds to the question, better low light performance, better speaker performance, does that make the notch more acceptable? With that said though, one thing that was a little disappointing for me is the fact that with all that notch real estate, there is no face unlock or anything of that nature. You do have the fingerprint reader on the back, which works great, and nope, I am not sponsoring Moment. I'm just covering up the fact that I may or may not have broke Austin's Pixel 3 XL. For real though, don't tell him, please. So I guess that's kind of part of my first impressions. I dropped and broke a Pixel 3. It was about waist level. It wasn't crazy, but a gust of wind maybe just didn't like that notch and said, I'm taking you out. So from distance, you can't really tell because of the kind of matte black stealthy look, but if you look close, you better believe you can see the damage to those corners. It does kind of address the question or concern of, is the Pixel 3 a little scratch prone? And I'm gonna say, yeah, it's definitely a little scratch prone. It's not some Scratchgate controversy that you don't have to buy the Pixel, but if you're clumsy, definitely throw a case on it. From there, now that we got kind of the notch out of the way, the thing I was most excited for was to check out that camera, and it did not disappoint. So hitting you quick with a portrait selfie. No, this is not taken on an iPhone XS, but I got you guys on your toes. Holy sharpness, the detail, it is crisp. It is nice now having the ability to adjust the actual amount of blur on the Pixel 3. And what's crazy is you can actually change the focus point. So if you want to make someone believe you just completely blew focus, you can do that. I will say it doesn't always do a perfect job, so in this case you can see it's having a hard time with the edges of my hair, but for the most part, just like the Pixel 2, the camera on the Pixel 3 is fantastic. I will also say that wide-angle lens is really useful. For me, one of the biggest gripes I've always had with the iPhone is that front-facing camera just never seemed wide enough. To top things off, the main lens on the Pixel 3 is great, but having that extra bit of width is clutch. Also, shout out to these handsome fellows. Check out all their links in the description. Hopping over to the rear camera, Google once again is like, nope, we don't need two lenses. We're gonna outdo all of you with a single lens. And honestly, I don't know if I could argue with them. This shot here was probably my favorite out of the bunch, and the reason why is it was windy, clearly windy enough to break Austin's Pixel. So to capture this leaf in action, that sharp, with that background. Next from there, this shot of Homer chillin' tells me a multitude of things. One, it is sharper than Shannon. Two, that dynamic range is insane. The fact that we have the outside not blown out in color and that much detail everywhere kind of blows my mind. Three, the colors are beautiful. And what's kind of cool with the Pixel 3 is you have this color pop feature. You're not gonna use this all the time, but when you do it right, it is crazy cool. Next, for that guy saying, where are the low light tests? Of course the camera's gonna look great outdoors in a beautifully lit scenario. Here you go, buddy. Also, very impressive, just like the rest of the shots. So far, the Pixel 3 camera, I'm not gonna say like it is miles better than the Pixel 2, but there are absolutely no complaints from me thus far. Overall though, I would say my impressions of the Pixel 3 are very positive, even with that notch. It's ugly, there's no denying it, but it is a fantastic smartphone. If you guys have any questions on the full review, I'm gonna do my best to cover that as in-depth as possible. Drop me a line down below, subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss that. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, and I will catch you guys later.
Hi, I'm Maya, and I'm here to introduce you to the new Pixel 3.
And I'm Jason, and I'm here also.
The quick side eye.